me ranting and harping on things that I see either in the media or I see on the news, or just things that generally bother me and I feel like need to be talked about. First rant topic is the idea of fat shaming. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I think fat shaming is absolutely a ridiculous concept, and I don't know where the hell people get off thinking that fat shaming is a problem, especially in the United States, where like 60% of the population is either overweight or obese, which would be the colloquial term fat. So I don't understand where that comes from. So let's just talk about it a little bit. The idea behind fat shaming is that, you know, if you even so much as tell somebody that they are overweight or obese, you are shaming them because they are fat, and that's violating their human rights, violating their civil rights, should be punishable by some form of action, and we need to start this movement that makes us proud to be fat. Okay, so my problem with this, and this comes from me being a fitness professional, okay, so I'm going to put that out as a disclaimer. I am a fitness professional. I'm a personal trainer. I've been a group exercise instructor. I'm a motivator. I'm a life coach, whatever you want to call me. Work in fitness. Is I see on a daily basis how being overweight and obese literally makes your life worse, okay? I have never met a client whose life has been benefited by being overweight or obese. Psychologically, they might be benefited, but it's an unhealthy relationship, much like an addiction. So again, that's not really benefiting your life. You think it's benefiting you, but at the end of the day, it's not. So, and the reasons being is that it makes your daily life harder. Okay, just getting up out of bed's harder, standing up for long periods of time is harder, sitting in a chair is harder, all that stuff becomes more difficult. So, not to mention the health problems that come with it, not to mention the fact that it sets a bad example for your kids, not to mention the fact that most likely your kids are going to have weight problems if you have weight problems, the psychological damage of it, all this stuff is all caused by being overweight or obese. So how can you say that it's giving you any sort of benefit or to be anything that you're proud of? Okay? And most of the time people are overweight or obese because they're overeating, they are inactive, and they have psychological issues. Okay? None of those things should be things you're proud of. Okay? It's a reality of life, but this shouldn't be things you're proud of. Another issue I have with fat shaming is the idea that it ends up creating thin shaming. So now we're shaming thin people for making good choices, being productive, being active, having control over their diet, and having a healthy psyche. Okay, so now we're making fun of them, or now we're prejudicing them and shaming them for making good choices because this group of people over here is making bad choices. That is like trading apples for apples, and really neither of it is really that effective, and neither of it is really all that important, okay? So what I'd rather see happen is, rather than create this movement against fat shaming, I'd rather start a movement to promote good health and well-being, okay? Because part of the fat shaming movement is saying that you can be healthy at any weight. Health is not a number, okay? And that message in of itself is ridiculous, because if you are active and you're eating proper foods and you don't have, you know, psychological issues that you're not dealing with, or you don't have any other mental health that's not being addressed, mental health issue that's not being addressed, then you're not going to be obese, okay? You may not be the thinnest person out there, you might not be the fattest person out there, but you're not going to be obese, okay? The two they contradict each other. Okay? People that are active, people that are eating healthy, people that live fulfilled lives are not obese. It doesn't happen. Okay? Sure, we're all different. No one's one size. It doesn't mean you're going to be an anorexic. Doesn't mean you're going to be a physique model, but it certainly means you're not going to be obese. So that message needs to be completely wiped from the fat shaming movement's category, because it doesn't mean anything. The two, you can't have one and the other. It doesn't make sense. Also, anorexics who are at the complete opposite end of the weight scale, they're unhealthy too. So, and they need medical advice. They have to, see doctors. They have permanent physiological damage done to their body for being too thin. So why would we assume that being too big wouldn't cause the same problem? It's a mystery. And then another interesting aspect of fat shaming is the idea that you're prejudiced against fat people if you don't find them attractive. Well, let me put it this way. We're all attracted to different things. There are people that are attracted to people with more weight on them. There's people that are more attracted to thin people. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're prejudicing someone who is overweight or obese. It just comes down to a preference. And why should we be ashamed for our preference? If someone doesn't like someone who's obese or overweight, that's really just means that they're limiting their dating pool. And that's their choice. That only affects them. It doesn't negatively affect the person that's overweight or obese. So those aspects of the fat shaming movement, I think, are absolutely ridiculous. What is wrong with being healthy? What is wrong with attaining something better for yourself? What is wrong with feeling good about working hard for a good body and dieting and then finally seeing the results and posting those results on social media? What is wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with that. Those are all good things, okay? Now, I don't want to encourage people to have a negative body image, because I think negative body image, no matter what your size, is a bad thing, but you have to recognize where your body is at and that it might not be the healthiest thing, and then take steps to get to the next level. Most body shame and body dysmorphic behaviors come from this idea that you want to look like something specific. You have to get that out of your head, because you are your own person, your body is unique to you. So you need to make your body look its best rather than trying to look like somebody else. That's it for the rant today. I hope it was helpful. Please feel free to comment, like the video, share the video. I hope this video gets out to a lot of people because I think it's an important topic. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.